Hey heroes, stop for a second. Take a big breath, feel that thumping in your chest, that's your heart. That beat is a signal that you are still around, still brave and still on your feet. As long as you are standing, you haven't been beaten. Not a chance. You clicked on this for a purpose. Maybe you aren't even sure why you did it. Maybe you just felt like you had to. Maybe a tiny part of you said, hey, pay attention to this. So, here we are together. What I'm going to share might change everything for you. It won't be like a giant explosion. It will be a quiet, deep change that stays forever. That mean voice in your brain that says you aren't good enough. It's telling you tall tales. Those ideas that play your mistakes over and over like a scratched CD are robbing you of your future. That stinky thinking that ruins your choices and your big dreams needs to stop right this minute. Imagine being in a room filled with wacky mirrors. Everywhere you turn, you see a version of yourself, but the pictures are all wobbly and weird. You look too big, too tiny, too cracked, or too messy. You think it's the truth because mirrors show what's there, right? No, these aren't real mirrors. They are like those silly tricks at a carnival. You have lived in that funhouse for so long that you don't even remember what the real you looks like. A wise teacher named the Buddha once said, "You become what you think, you get what you feel, you make what you imagine." Think about that very carefully. Your thoughts aren't just bubbles floating by. They are like the building plans for a house. They are making your world happen, one block at a time, one idea at a time. If your thoughts are like yucky slime, your whole world starts to feel like a puddle of slime. But here is the big secret they don't tell you in class. You are not your thoughts. You are the big blue sky. Thoughts are just the weather passing by. Storms show up and storms blow away. But the sky stays huge forever, and the rain can't actually hurt it. Right now, you are in a big fight, not with your friends or the world, but with yourself. Every single morning, the fight starts again. You can't do that. You're going to mess up. Nobody likes you. Why bother? Those are the sneaky tools you use to hurt your own feelings. You have become such a good fighter that you are winning, but you are winning by being mean to your own soul. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his secret diary, "You are the boss of your mind, not the things happening outside. Know this, and you will be powerful." A man who led giant armies knew the most important fight is the one happening inside your own head. What if I told you that everything you think about yourself can be changed, that the story you tell, like "I'm not smart" or "I'm not brave," is just one way to tell it? What if there is a brand new story waiting to be heard? A story where you are the star, not the person who gets picked on, where you stand up instead of falling down, where you win, not because things got easy, but because you got smarter. Today, we are writing a brand new book together. We have 10 truths that will break you out of your shell, 10 things to realize that will burn up the lies you've been believing. We have 10 moments where you will pick a new path, think a new way, and grow into someone new. Not next year, but today. Not when you feel like it, but right now. Click that like button, write something below, and send this to one friend who is sinking in their own sad thoughts. Join us because changing for the better isn't a one-time thing. It's something you do every single day. Every word counts. Every second is a big deal. The old you will try to make you leave. The new you is asking you to stay. If you are ready to be nice to yourself, let's fill this place with a promise. Type this in the comments. I choose kindness. Number 1. Your ideas are not always true. Your brain makes about 6,000 thoughts every single day. That is a lot, and most of them are just pretend stories, guesses, or worries that act like they are real. But you believe them. You act like they are perfect rules or magic predictions. This is making you feel very bad inside. When you think, "I am a loser," that isn't a real thing. It's just a sad feeling wearing a costume. When you think, "Nobody wants to be my friend," that isn't the truth. That is just being scared and talking with a loud voice. Your thoughts aren't messages from the sky. They are just guesses, or your old hurts talking. A teacher named Epictetus said, "We aren't upset by what happens, but by what we think about what happens." Think about that until it clicks. What happens is just what happens. Your thought about it is what makes it feel good or bad. You don't just feel sad because you missed a goal. You feel sad because you think, "I'm no good," and then it hurts. The thought is what connects what happened to how much you suffer. Imagine this. You are sitting next to a moving river. Leaves are floating by on the water. Some are pretty and green. Some are brown and yucky. Do you jump in and grab every single leaf? Do you hold the gross ones tight and say, "This is my leaf now"? Of course not. You just watch them float away. That is exactly what you should do with your thoughts. Watch them go by. Don't grab them. Don't act like they belong to you. Your brain is trying to keep you safe, but it's using old ways to do it. It remembers every time you were sad or felt left out, and it whispers, "Don't try, you'll just get hurt." It thinks it's being helpful, so it thinks it's keeping you tucked away from danger. But you can't be safe and grow at the same time. Sometimes the thoughts that scream the loudest are the ones you should listen to the least. Try this right now. When a mean thought shows up, say to yourself, "I am noticing the thought that I'm not good enough." Don't say, "I am not good enough." Just say you noticed the thought. Do you feel that tiny bit of room between you and the thought? That is where you find peace. That is how you remember that you are not your ideas. You are the person watching them. Every idea that pops into your head is asking for a hall pass to stay. You are the person at the door. You pick who gets to come inside. Some thoughts will knock, and you can just say, "Thanks for checking on me, but I don't need you today." Then shut the door nicely but firmly. Scientists have proven this. Thoughts are just things happening in your head, not facts about the world. They are just tiny zaps of electricity in your brain. They change based on if you are happy, if you slept well, or even if you are hungry. A thought that says, "I'm a bad person," when you are tired and want a snack, is just as silly as a thought that says, "I can fly to the moon." Neither one is true just because your brain thought of it. Start being a thought detective today. When something goes wrong, stop. What is your brain telling you? Is it being fair, or is it just scared? Is it telling the truth, or is it just remembering a time you were sad? Is it helping you get better, or keeping you in a cage? The second you notice it, you become the boss. How happy your life is depends on what kind of thoughts you have. But here is the best part. You aren't stuck with the thoughts you have right now. You can ask them questions. You can tell them they are wrong. You can pick new ones. You can choose ideas that help you grow instead of ones that make you stay scared. This is where you find your power. In that tiny moment between a thought popping up and you deciding if you are going to believe it. In that little space, you are the hero. In that space, you are free. Number 2, the mean voice in your head isn't really yours. Shut your eyes and pay attention to that grumpy voice in your brain. Really hear it. Who does it sound like? I would guess it's not actually your own voice. It's the sound of a dad who was sad, a mom who was worried, a teacher who was in too much of a hurry, or a mean friend from a long time ago. That voice picking on you isn't new. It's like an echo or an old videotape playing over and over. It's a ghost from the past that you've let live in your house today. A smart man named Carl Jung said that until you figure out what's happening deep in your mind, it will run your whole life and you will just think it's bad luck. You might think you are choosing to have bad thoughts, but you aren't. You are just hitting play on someone else's words. You have let voices move into your head that never belonged there. Think about a tiny baby learning how to walk. They trip. They stand back up. They try one more time. They don't sit on the floor and say, "I'm a big loser. Walking is just not my thing. Everyone else is a pro, but I'm terrible." They haven't learned how to be mean to themselves yet. That comes later. That comes from grown-ups who were hurting and accidentally passed that hurt on to someone innocent. Your inner bully loves to use big scary words like always, never, everyone, or nobody. Those words are almost never true. They are just words used like weapons. "I never do anything right" is a story told by your pain when one little thing goes wrong. It's not the truth, it's just your old hurts talking. Here is the part that changes everything. You can fire that voice. You can pick a brand new storyteller for your life. Instead of having a bully who kicks you when you're down, you can have a coach who helps you get back up. You need someone who sees how great you can be, someone who knows you can grow, and someone who is nice to you instead of just judging you. Start by just noticing when the bully starts talking. Don't get into a big argument with it. Fighting it just makes it louder. Just say, "Oh, there's that voice again, there's that old videotape playing." Then think, would I ever say something this mean to my best friend? If you wouldn't say it to them, why are you saying it to yourself? Swap being mean for being a detective. Instead of, "Why am I so dumb?" Try, "What can I learn from this?" Instead of, "I'm a disaster." Try, I'm having a hard day and that's okay because I'm human. The words you pick make your whole world. They decide if you feel like giving up or if you feel like trying harder. In Buddhism, they teach a special kind of kindness where you start by being nice to yourself first. This isn't being a me person. It's because you can't give away a toy you don't have. You can't be truly kind to others if you are being mean to yourself. When you talk nicely to yourself, that happiness spills over into everything you do. This week, try something totally different. When you make a mistake, stop, take a breath, and say out loud, I'm still learning. I'm only human. I'm doing my best. It might feel a little silly or fake at first. Say it anyway. Saying things over and over makes your brain start to believe them. And these kind words are much truer than any mean things you've been saying. The inner bully is loud because you've spent years listening to it. But just because it's loud doesn't mean it's telling the truth. Every time you pick a nicer thought, you turn the bully's volume down. Every time you are gentle with yourself, you make a different voice stronger. The voice of truth and love. You didn't invent that mean voice. It was put there by others. But you have a superpower. You can change the program. You can pick new words and a new, kinder tone. You can be the voice that saves you. If you are picking a new, kind voice today, type this in the comments. I speak to myself with love. Number 3, looking at others is robbing your happiness. You are flicking through your phone screen. It looks like everybody is winning. Everyone is shining. Everyone is having the most amazing time ever. Their bodies look flawless. Their friendships look perfect. Their wins seem to happen without any work at all. And then there is you. You feel like nobody sees you, like you aren't good enough, or like you are getting left in the dust. This is a sneaky trick. This is a robbery. Looking at how others are doing is snatching away the only thing that really counts, your quiet mind. A famous leader named Theodore Roosevelt said, "Comparing yourself to others is the thief of joy." But it is even worse than that. It steals your ability to be right here, right now. It takes away your power to see how much you have improved. It makes you blind to the good things you already have. It makes you dislike your own chapter 3, just because someone else is already on chapter 20. You are checking your real messy life against their best moments video. You see their fun trip, but not the money they owe. You see their big trophy, but not all the times they were told no. You see them standing at the peak of the mountain, but you didn't see the long, hard hike up. You didn't see the times they fell. You didn't see the scrapes on their knees from when they had to crawl because they were too tired to walk. Social media has made this habit feel like something we can't stop doing. It's a never-ending list of proof that everyone else has life figured out. But that is a fib. It is a very carefully made fib that is filtered and changed to look easy, even when it was actually very hard. Even before phones, people still did this. It is normal to look around and wonder if you are doing as well as the person next to you. The trouble isn't taking a quick peek. It's when you can't stop staring. It's when you think their win means you are losing. It's when you think their story proves something is broken in yours. Pay attention. Your road belongs only to you. No one else has your specific mix of talents, hurts, hopes, and future. You aren't meant to look like them, act like them, or win exactly like they do. You are supposed to grow into the best version of you, not a knockoff version of someone else. The Stoic thinkers practiced only worrying about what they could change. You can't change how fast other people move. You can't change the head start they had. You can't change their good luck or the extra help they got. But you can change what you look at. You can decide if you are going to be happy for them or if you are going to be grumpy about it. You can decide to look at what you have instead of what you are missing. Start a thank you habit. Every single morning, list 3 things that are going okay for you. They don't have to be perfect, just okay. Maybe it's your health, a buddy, or the fact that you keep trying. These things are the truth. They are yours. They are much more important than a photo a stranger posted on the internet. The moment you catch yourself feeling less than because of someone else, change your thoughts right away. Instead of thinking they have what I want, try thinking their win shows me that it can be done. Instead of I am so far behind, try I am exactly where I need to be to learn what I need to know. It is a small change, but it's a huge deal. Be truly happy for other people. Their success doesn't take anything away from you. The world isn't going to run out of good things. There is enough sunlight for every single flower and enough water for every seed. When you cheer for others, You let yourself out of the jail of always having to beat everyone. You remember that we are all just trying our best to grow. Run your own race at your own speed toward your own finish line. Here is the secret they hide from you. Everyone has a different finish line. You aren't racing against them. You are just becoming the person you were meant to be, and that person is special and cannot be compared to anyone else. Stop measuring how much you are worth by using someone else's ruler. Build your own way to measure things. Pick your own meaning of success. Be proud of your own growth. Your journey is special and can never happen again. Don't waste your time wishing it looked like a copy of someone else's path. If you are finished comparing yourself and you are ready to start really living, type this in the comments. I celebrate my unique path. Number 4. Your mess-ups are not who you are. You did something wrong maybe just yesterday or perhaps a long time ago, and you are still stuck in that moment. You keep watching it in your head like a movie, using it as proof that you are damaged, and letting one bad second decide your whole life. But here is the secret that will let you breathe again. Making a mistake is just something that happens. It is not a label you have to wear. A man named Thomas Edison messed up 10,000 times before he finally made the light bulb work. When people asked him about losing, he said, "I haven't failed. I just discovered 10,000 ways that didn't do the trick." He knew something very smart. Doing something wrong doesn't mean you are broken. It proves you were brave enough to give it a go. You didn't become a failure. You just felt what it was like to fail. You didn't ruin your entire life. You just had a moment that didn't go the way you wanted it to. A mistake is just an event. It is not you. When you glue your name to your errors, you lock yourself in a jail cell made of bad feelings. You need to know the difference between shame and guilt. Shame whispers, "I am a bad person." Guilt says, "I did a bad thing." One of these hurts your heart, but the other one just looks at what you did. Shame keeps you trapped in the mud, while guilt helps you get better. The difference between them is being free. Your brain has a special habit of remembering the bad stuff better than the good stuff. A long time ago, this helped people stay alive by remembering where danger was. But today, this habit isn't very helpful. It makes you watch your worst moments on repeat, while you forget all the great things you've done. It makes you describe yourself by your saddest day, instead of all the great things you could do. Think about the people you really care about. Do you think they are bad just because they had one awful day? Do you stay mad at them forever? Of course not. You look at them with love, you are nice to them. You understand that they are just human. So why aren't you being that nice to yourself? Every person you look up to has messed up in a big way. Every leader you think is cool has made errors. Every winner you cheer for has a story about falling right on their face. The difference isn't that they are perfect. It's that they are tough, they get back up, they learn, they try one more time. Mistakes are just like homework or teachers. They show you what doesn't work, so you can find the thing that does. When a person in a lab does an experiment that doesn't work, they don't quit being a scientist. They just change their idea and try again. Your life is your experiment. Your mess-ups are just the results that show you a better way to do things next time. Stop being so mean to yourself for just being a person. Stop trying to be perfect when nobody on earth can actually do that. Being perfect isn't the point. Getting better is the point. Becoming a bit smarter, a bit nicer, and a bit more courageous than you were yesterday is what really matters. Tell yourself it's okay. Not because what happened was great, but because holding on to that heavy past is stopping you from walking into a bright future. Saying I forgive myself doesn't make the mistake disappear. It just lets you out of that shame jail so you can keep moving. Change the way you talk to yourself right now. Instead of saying, "I'm such a dummy," try saying, "I made a choice that didn't work and now I've learned a lesson." Instead of, "I break everything," try, "This didn't go well, but I'm learning how to handle it." The words you pick decide if you feel like giving up or if you feel like you can change. You are not your mess-ups. You are not your worst afternoon. You are not just a list of things you wish you could do over. You are a person who is learning, changing, and growing. You deserve to be forgiven. You deserve kindness. You deserve to start over as many times as you need. If you are ready to let go of the bad feelings and keep the lesson, type this in the comments. I am more than my mistakes. Number 5. You don't have to ask anyone to begin again. There is a big change you want to make, something you want to let go of, or a new project you want to kick off, but you are just sitting there. You are waiting for the perfect second. You are waiting for a grown-up or a friend to tell you it's okay to go. You are waiting for a yes that is never going to show up because no one else is the boss of your world. You have to be the one to tell yourself it is time to move. A poet named Mary Oliver asked a great question. What are you going to do with your one amazing and special life? She didn't ask what your neighbors think you should do. She asked what you want to do. Your life belongs to you. Your picks are yours. You can grab a brand new start this very second. You don't have to wait for next Monday. You don't have to wait for New Year's Day. You don't even have to feel ready, because that feeling might never come. Getting better doesn't happen when you are cozy. Change doesn't wait for things to be perfect. The best time is right now, this very minute, this very breath. Maybe you are thinking, but I tried this before and it didn't work. That's great. That proves you are brave. It means you have learned what doesn't work. Every time something ends, it gives you tips for a better start. Every door that shuts shows you which other doors you should try to open. People in the world like to set clocks for when you should do things. They say you must finish school by this age, get married by that age, or be rich by then. But life isn't a race where everyone has to cross the same line at the same time. You can start a new job when you are 40, go back to learn new things at 50, or become a whole new person at 60. Getting older isn't the problem, being scared is. You are allowed to change your mind. You are allowed to want something different than you did 5 years ago. You are allowed to grow out of the old you. You can drop old goals that don't fit anymore and go after dreams that make you excited today. Growing into someone new isn't a bad thing. In Japan, people have a special word called kaizen. It means getting better by making tiny, steady changes. You don't have to change everything while you sleep. You don't have to be a totally different human by tomorrow morning. Just take one tiny step today and then another one tomorrow. Little steps that you keep taking lead to amazing places. The thing that is holding you back isn't that you aren't good enough. It is the story you are telling yourself. You say, I'm too old, I'm too young, I don't have the cash, I don't have the time, or people will be mean. Those things might be tricky, but they aren't solid walls. They are like little hurdles you see in a race, and you can jump right over them. Starting over doesn't mean you wasted your time in the past. Every single thing that happened taught you something. Every hard time made you tougher. Every mess-up gave you smart power. You aren't throwing your history in the trash. You are building on top of it. You are using everything you know to make something even better. Give yourself the okay to be a beginner again. Give yourself the okay to not know every answer. Give yourself the okay to trip, learn, and figure things out as you walk along. Nobody starts out as a pro. You only become a pro because you were brave enough to start. Right now, pick one thing you are going to change, one bad habit you are quitting, one dream you are chasing, or one truth you are living out. You don't have to shout it out. You don't have to wait for people to clap. Just start quietly and strongly. Today, you are not stuck in glue. You are not in a trap. You don't have to do the same things you did in the past. Every single moment is a new chance to pick a different way, to talk a different way, to act a different way, and to become a different person. The power has been in your hands the whole time. Now use it. Stop asking people who don't live your life if you can start. Stop waiting for people who don't see your dream to tell you it's good. Stop holding back your dreams because you are afraid. Start today. Start now. This moment is the only one you really have. Don't waste it waiting around. If you are ready to begin again without asking anyone for permission, type this in the comments. I give myself permission. Number 6. You are special. Even when you aren't busy, you are totally worn out and running on zero energy. Still, you feel like you can't quit or take a nap. This is because you think resting makes you look weak. You feel like slowing down means you are failing. You have decided that you are only important if you finish big tasks, make lots of stuff, or look like you're always working hard. But this way of thinking is hurting you deep down. A wise man named Lao Tzu wrote, "Nature does not hurry, yet everything gets done. Trees don't get stressed about growing too slow. Rivers don't say sorry for how fast they flow. The seasons change perfectly without ever rushing." But you have tricked yourself into thinking you are only good if you are always moving, always winning, and always doing. You are not a robot. You are a human being, not a human doing. You were important the second you were born, and you don't have to win trophies to prove it. You don't become more special just because you checked everything off your homework list. You don't become less special when you sit on the couch. People often tell a scary lie. They say that resting is being lazy. They say that saying no or taking a break is being mean to others. Because of this, you say yes when you really want to say no. You keep working when you should be sleeping. You keep pushing when you really need a pause button. Then you wonder why winning doesn't make you feel happy. Your body is shouting at you with tired eyes, shaky feelings, and tight muscles. These aren't just annoying things to ignore. They are messages begging you to take it easy. If you don't listen, the messages get louder. Eventually, your body will make you stop, either because you chose to or because you got sick. Think about the people you love the most. Do you love them because of the chores they do or because of who they are? Do you like your best friend because of their grades or because of their kind heart? You know the answer. So why are you so mean to yourself using rules you would never use for a friend? There is a big difference between wanting to do well and being worried. Wanting to do well says, I want to grow. Being worried says, I'm not good enough unless I win. One is like good fuel for a car. The other is like a fire that burns the car down. You have to learn which is which. Resting isn't a prize you get only after you work. Resting is something you must do because you are a person. You don't have to earn the right to take a nap or look after yourself. You don't have to explain why you need a break. How much you are worth doesn't change based on how much work you did today. Here is the funny part. When you actually get good sleep and rest, you get better at everything. You become more creative. You can focus better. You solve puzzles faster. Resting isn't the opposite of getting things done. It is the floor that holds everything up. You can't pour water out of a cup that is totally empty. You can't drive a car that has no gas forever. Try to learn the art of enough. Tell yourself, I did enough work for today. I tried hard enough for right now. You are already enough. It's not because of what you finished, but because you are you. You are a person who deserves peace and a life where you don't have to prove yourself every minute. Set your rules without feeling bad. Say no without giving a long speech about it. Take a break without saying sorry. Your time and your energy are very precious. Your quiet mind is worth protecting. People who really love you will understand when you need to stop. People who get mad about it are just showing you that they shouldn't have a front row seat in your life. What if you thought about winning in a new way? What if winning meant being right here instead of doing a lot? What if success meant feeling peaceful instead of looking busy? Success isn't doing every single thing in the world. It's doing what matters and letting the rest go. You are important right now, in this very second, just as you are. Not after you finish the project, not after you get the grade, and not after you prove you're the best one more time. Right now, being alive is enough. Your heart and your soul are enough. You are enough. If you are ready to rest without feeling like you did something wrong, type this in the comments, I am enough without the hustle. Number 7. Getting better doesn't move in a straight line. You thought you were finally over it. You had some great days, brave days, and days where you felt like your old happy self again. Then, out of nowhere, you feel sad again. You are back in the tough spot, back in the hurt, and back in the fight you thought you already won. Now you feel like you messed up. You feel like all your hard work was a lie and that you are right back at the start. But here is the real truth. Getting better doesn't move like a straight arrow. It moves in circles. It goes up and down like the ocean waves. It takes 2 giant hops forward and 1 little slide back. That isn't losing. That is exactly how our hearts mend. A wise thinker named Carl Jung knew this. He believed that healing means putting your pieces together, not being perfect. It means looking at the same hurts again but with a stronger heart, not making them vanish forever. Every time you feel that old pain, you aren't starting at zero. You are handling it with more smarts, more power and better ideas than you had last time. Think about climbing a mountain by walking in a big circle. As you go around, you might see the same trees or rocks and think, I've been here before, but you aren't in the same spot. You are higher up. You can see further. You know more than you did on the last lap. The road looks the same, but you are a different person walking on it. One bad afternoon doesn't wipe out all the good mornings. A little slip-up doesn't break months of hard work. That tough time you had yesterday doesn't delete the way you've grown. You aren't back at the beginning. You are in a brand new place. You just happen to have some old feelings with you, and that is a big difference. Things will still bug you. Your hurts will still feel a bit sore. Your old scares will still make some noise, but every single time you face them, you grow tougher. Every time you make it through, you prove to yourself that you can do it again. Every time you choose to get better, you are building new ways for your brain to think and act. Stop looking at how fast other people are getting over their problems. Stop being mean to yourself because you aren't finished yet. There is no timer on fixing a broken heart. There is no due date for feeling better. Some hurts are very deep. Some take a long time to fix. That doesn't mean you are weak. It just means you are a human being. A poet named Rumi wrote that the crack in your heart is actually where the light gets in. Your struggle isn't for nothing. It isn't a waste of time. Every hard moment is a teacher. It's showing you how much you can handle and how you can bounce back. You aren't broken like a smashed plate. You are breaking open like a seed growing into a flower. Be happy about the tiny wins that no one else sees. You got out of bed today. You looked your fear in the face. You asked for a hand. You didn't give up. These aren't little things. These are acts of a hero. These are signs that you are mending, even when you feel like it's not enough. There will be times when you feel like you are sinking again. Times when you do things the old way. Times when you wonder if you will ever feel okay. On those days, remember that you have made it through every single hard day so far. You have a 100% win record. That isn't just luck, that is your own strength. Healing needs you to be patient, even when you're tired of waiting. It needs you to believe, even when you're exhausted. It needs you to keep walking when your legs want to quit. You don't have to get better perfectly. You just have to keep trying honestly. Be kind to yourself on the messy days. Give yourself a pat on the back for the progress that doesn't show up on the outside yet. Let yourself get better at your own speed, in your own way, on your own clock. You aren't in a race with anyone else. You aren't trying to beat anyone. You are simply becoming you again, one shaky day at a time. The circle isn't taking you backward. It is taking you deeper into who you are. And deep down is where the real magic happens. So don't stop. Keep mending. Keep trusting yourself. Even when it feels messy, you aren't ruined. You are becoming something great. If you are going to be kind to yourself on this twisty-turny road, type this in the comments: I trust my healing journey. Number 8. Quiet the what-ifs that steal your calm. What if it fails? What if they say no? What if you mess up? What if you aren't prepared? What if everything goes wrong? These questions are like scary birds circling your head. They keep you tossing and turning at night. They make it hard to move during the day. They take away your right now by filling it with scares about a future that isn't real yet and might never happen. A wise man named Seneca once said, "We hurt more in our imagination than in real life." Think about that. Most of the scary stuff you worry about never actually happens. You have made it through so many scares that turned out to be nothing at all. Still, your brain keeps making up new ones. It keeps asking what if and getting ready for disasters that only live in your thoughts. Here is what if really does. It keeps you stuck in one spot. It gives you excuses not to give things a try. It makes you feel like it's okay to stay small, stay quiet, and stay in your safe bubble. Because if you never take a chance, you never fail. But you also never win. You never get bigger. You never really live. Your brain is built to look for danger. It's trying to be a bodyguard, but it can't tell the difference between a real problem and a pretend one. It acts like someone laughing at you is just as dangerous as a bear attacking you. But those are not the same. What if you asked yourself better questions? What if it actually works? What if they say yes? What if you do better than you ever dreamed? What if you are more prepared than you think? What if everything turns out perfectly? Those questions are just as likely to come true, but you don't ask them because hoping feels scarier than being afraid. Fear tries to trick you by pretending it's just getting ready. You tell yourself, "I'm just being realistic," or "I'm just thinking ahead." But there is a huge difference between making a plan and being worried. Planning asks, "What is my first move?" Worry asks, "What's the worst thing that could happen?" And then plays that bad movie over and over. The truth is, you can't control everything that happens. You can't promise a win every time. You can't get rid of every single risk. Life is just full of surprises. But you can control this. You can choose not to let fear make your choices for you. You can choose not to let what if snatch your dreams before you even start. Every person who ever did something great felt those same scary what-ifs. Every artist before they painted, every person before they started a business, every kid before they said, "I'm sorry" or "I like you." The difference isn't that brave people aren't scared. It's that they do it even while they feel shaky. They hear the what-if and keep walking anyway. Start catching yourself when those what-if thoughts begin. Notice it and give it a name. Say, "Oh, there's my brain trying to guess the future again." Then pull your focus back to right now. What do you know for sure at this moment? What can you do this very second? What is actually going on right now? Don't worry about the pretend future. Practice stopping for a second. When worry grabs you, take 3 big deep breaths. Feel your feet touching the floor. Look around the room. Name 5 things you can see. This pulls you back to the real world and back to the now, the only time where you actually have power. Swap your scary movie thinking for real life thinking. This doesn't mean pretending everything is perfect. It means being honest. Tell yourself, this might not work, and if it doesn't, I will find a way to fix it. I might fail, and if I do, I will learn something cool. Things might go wrong, and if they do, I will handle it. You have handled everything in your life so far. You will handle whatever comes next too. The future is going to happen whether you worry or not. Worrying doesn't stop bad things from coming. It just stops you from liking the good things that are happening today. Pick right now over guessing. Pick doing over worrying. Pick living over practicing for problems that may never exist. Number 9, it is okay to become a new you. There are folks in your world who only know the person you used to be. They remember when you stayed silent, when you acted like you weren't important, and when you took less than what you should have. Now you are shifting, getting bigger and changing. But this makes them feel a bit weird. They want you to stay exactly the same because it's easier for them, and you feel bad for getting better. A wise man named Heraclitus said that no one ever jumps into the same river twice. This is because the water keeps moving, so it's a new river, and the person has changed too. Changing is the only thing that always happens. You aren't the same kid you were last summer, and you won't be the same next year either. This is how life works. But here is the tough part. Not everyone can go on this journey with you. Not every friendship is supposed to go on forever. Some people are like a favorite book you read for a while, not a library you keep forever. And that is perfectly fine. It doesn't mean you didn't care about them. It just means you are heading in different directions. You have changed. Your ideas about what matters have moved. Your dreams have grown. Chats that used to be fun now feel a bit boring. Places that felt cozy now feel like they are squeezing you. Hopes you used to share with friends don't match up anymore, and you feel like you are being mean or leaving them behind. But getting better isn't a trick or a lie. Picking what is good for you isn't being a me-first person. Making room for the new you isn't being heartless. You can still love people even if you don't fit together like puzzle pieces anymore. You can be thankful for the fun times while admitting they don't fit where you are going next. Some people will cheer when you get stronger. They will tell you to go after your dreams. They will help you change. Those are your true team members. Keep them near you. But other people will try to stop you. They will say mean things or try to make you feel bad. They might say, "You've changed," like it's a bad thing. And maybe you have changed. Isn't that the whole point of growing up? You don't have to stay small just to make someone else feel okay. You don't have to stop moving just so they don't feel left behind. You don't have to let anyone hold you back just because they are afraid to move. Your main job is to become the best version of yourself. Saying goodbye doesn't have to be a big, loud fight. Sometimes it's just a quiet letting go. It might mean hanging out a bit less or setting new rules for how you spend your time. It's okay to let a friendship change into something smaller, even if it used to be giant. The same thing happens with places. That hobby that used to be a blast might feel tiring now. That school or town that used to be exciting might feel like it's holding you back. You are allowed to go find something new. You are allowed to look for places that match the person you are today. Feeling a little sad is part of the deal. It's okay to miss how things used to be while you walk towards something new. You can feel a bit lonely about things ending while knowing it has to happen. You can miss old friends while knowing that having some space is better for your heart. You can respect the past while picking a bright future. When you grow, people who are staying still might feel worried. Your bright light might bother people who like to hide in the dark. Your bravery might make people who choose the easy way feel nervous. This isn't your fault, and you don't have to fix it for them. Your job isn't to make yourself tiny so other people feel big. Your job is to be 100% you. Trust the feeling of growing out of things. Trust that the right friends will find you when you reach your new level. Believe that the best chances will show up as you change. Trust that every time something ends, it's just making a parking spot for a better beginning. You aren't losing anything that was truly yours. You are just letting go of what doesn't fit anymore so you can grab what does. You are allowed to change. You are allowed to grow. You are allowed to become who you were always meant to be, even if it means leaving the old version of you and the people who like that version behind. If you are ready to grow without feeling bad about it, type this in the comments. I honor my evolution. Number 10. Stop fighting your feelings, learn to hold them. You keep trying to smash your feelings down like they are bugs on the floor. You feel sad, so you tell yourself, stop being sad. You feel scared, so you say, this is stupid, I shouldn't be scared. You feel mad, so you try to hide it under a fake smile. But here is the secret. Feelings don't disappear because you yell at them. They get louder. They sneak into your body. They turn into headaches, tight shoulders, stomach aches, and a heavy tiredness that won't go away. You think you are being strong by shutting feelings out, but you're actually building a pressure cooker inside your chest. The Stoics never said, don't feel. They said, don't let feelings drive the cart. A feeling is like a wild horse. If you pretend it isn't there, it still runs around and breaks things. But if you learn to hold the reins, you can guide it. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that emotions are storms in the mind, and storms are real, but they are not kings. They show up, they make noise, and then they pass. The trouble begins when you treat a storm like a final truth. When you say, I feel fear, so I must be in danger. Or, I feel shame, so I must be worthless. That's the trap. Here is your 11th truth. A feeling is a signal, not a sentence. It is your mind's alarm system, not your identity. Epictetus taught that what hurts us isn't the event. It's the judgment we glue onto the event. Your feelings can knock on the door, but they don't get to choose what you do next unless you hand them the keys. Try this the next time a hard feeling hits. Pause and say, this is fear, or this is sadness, or this is anger. Name it like you're a calm scientist, not a panicking person. Then add one more line. I can carry this and still do the right thing. Feelings hate being named because naming them shrinks them. It pulls you out of the storm and back into the driver's seat. You don't need to win against your emotions. You need to hold them without obeying them. That is real strength. Real strength is not being numb. Real strength is feeling the wave and still choosing your direction. If you are ready to stop fighting yourself and start leading yourself, type this in the comments. I can feel it and still choose wisely. Number 11. Choose one small brave action. Then do it before you think. You keep waiting until you feel confident. You keep waiting until you feel ready. You keep waiting until the fear goes away. But fear doesn't work like that. Fear is like a bully that blocks the doorway. If you wait for it to move, you will stand there forever. The strange secret is this. Confidence doesn't come first. Action comes first. Confidence is the reward you get after you move. Most people think bravery is a big heroic moment, but bravery is usually tiny. It's the small message you've been avoiding. It's the no you need to say. It's the apology you need to give. It's the decision to stop scrolling and start building. It's the first step you take when your stomach feels wobbly. Seneca warned that we suffer more in imagination than in reality. And that's exactly what happens when you keep rehearsing the scary moment in your head instead of doing the simple thing that ends it. Here is your 12th truth. Your mind gets quieter after you act, not before. The longer you delay, the louder the fear gets because your brain thinks delay means danger. But when you move, even a little, you send your brain a new message. We can handle this. That is how you retrain yourself. So here is your practice for tomorrow morning. Pick one brave action that takes 2 minutes or less. Not 10 actions, not a whole life makeover, just one. Send the text. Open the notebook and write 3 honest lines. Put your shoes on and step outside. Delete the app that poisons you. Set the boundary. Ask for help. Do it quickly before your mind starts building a scary movie out of it. Marcus Aurelius wrote that you always have power over your own mind, and the fastest way to prove it is to take a small action that matches your values. You don't need a perfect day. You need a brave first move, because the first move breaks the spell. It tells your mind, I'm not trapped. I'm not waiting. I'm leading. If you are ready to choose action over fear, type this in the comments. I move first. Number 12, your book is still being written. You are here right now looking at these words, which means you are still breathing, still being brave, and still wishing for good things. Even if that wish is very quiet, you have made it through every single thing that tried to ruin you. Every time you lost something, every time someone was mean, and every time you felt like you couldn't take another step, you are still standing. That isn't just luck. That is your own inner strength. A writer named F. Scott Fitzgerald said that it's never too late to be whoever you want to be. Your story isn't finished yet. This part of your life might be really hard, but it isn't the ending. You are still the one writing the pages. You are still growing. The very best parts of your life might be in the chapters you haven't even reached yet. Maybe you feel sad or beaten right now. Maybe you stopped believing in yourself or that things will get better. But being at the bottom doesn't mean it's the end. It's actually where things start to change. It's where you decide if you will give up or stand up. Every time something ended in your life, a new beginning was hiding right behind it. Every door that slammed shut pushed you toward a door that was better for you. Every person who left made a spot for a better friend to come in. Every plan that failed pointed you toward a better path. You couldn't see it back then, but when you look at your past, you can see how things falling apart actually helped them fall into the right place. The things that happened before don't decide what happens next unless you let them. Yes, you've been hurt. Yes, you've lost. Yes, you've messed up. But none of that can stop what you do tomorrow. Every single day is like a clean, white page. Every morning is a chance to write a brand new story. You are the one holding the pen. Think about the times you almost quit but decided to keep going. Think about when you felt like there was no hope, but you didn't stop. You have already shown how tough you are. You have proven you can survive. This moment is just like those. You will get through this one too. In Japan, they have a special art called kintsugi. When a bowl breaks, they fix the cracks with real gold. This makes the cracks look beautiful. The bowl isn't ruined because it broke. It's actually worth more because of how it was fixed. You are just like that bowl. Your scars and your hard times aren't mistakes. They are proof that you are a survivor and that you are strong. You don't need to know the whole plan. You don't need to know where the road ends. You just need to take one step, then another, then another. That is how every big trip happens. Not by jumping, but by moving forward bit by bit. Stop waiting for one day. Stop waiting for things to be perfect or for you to feel 100% ready. The life you want starts with the choices you make this afternoon. The person you want to be is built by what you do right now. This moment is important, and so are you. Your story has some pain in it, but that isn't the whole story. Your story has some failures, but that's not who you are. Your story is about being tough, being brave, and being a person who wouldn't quit even when it was hard. It's about someone who chose to be hopeful when things looked dark. The ending hasn't been written yet. The last page is still empty, and the pen is in your hand. What will you write next? What will you make? Who will you become? The answer is up to what you pick right now, using all the strength you've gathered from surviving. You aren't defined by your darkest nights. You are defined by the fact that you made it to the morning. You aren't measured by how many times you tripped, but by how many times you stood back up. And you have stood up every single time. That isn't being weak. That is the energy of a warrior. The world needs to hear your story. The messy parts, the broken parts, and the parts where you weren't sure you'd make it. Someone out there is in the dark right now, and your story might be the flashlight that helps them find the way out. So keep writing, keep growing, and keep picking yourself. The best parts of a book often come right after the hardest chapters. The most beautiful sunrises happen after the longest nights. Your morning is coming, and it's closer than you think. If you believe your best days are still coming, type this in the comments. My story continues. You stayed until the very end. That shows something amazing about you. It shows you are serious about making a change. It shows you are ready to stop letting bad thoughts boss you around. It shows you are choosing yourself and your own peace. Everything we talked about today comes down to one big truth. You have power over your brain. You can't control everything, but you have power. You can notice when your thoughts are telling lies. You can question the mean bully voice. You can pick which thoughts get your energy and which ones you should let fly away in the wind. This won't always be easy. Changing how you've thought for years takes time and patience. Some days will be tough. Sometimes you'll go back to old habits. That's okay, that's just being human. What matters is that you keep trying and keep being kind to yourself. You are not stuck. You are not broken beyond repair. You are a work of art that is still being finished, and that is a beautiful thing. You are learning to be nicer to yourself, and that is a giant win. You stayed for this whole message because a part of you still knows that better days are coming. Hold on to that feeling. Give it water and let it grow until it changes your whole life. Before you go, hit the like button as a promise to yourself that you are done being small. Write something brave in the comments. Send this to a friend who might be struggling quietly. Subscribe because you deserve to be cheered on every day. You deserve to remember how much you are worth. Come back to this when things get hard. Let these words be like an anchor in a storm. You are special. You are enough. You are growing. And I promise you, your best days are waiting for you. Type these 3 things to finish. I am worthy, I am enough, I am becoming.